that. I'm going to go out and have today, but who gives a fuck? My power bank is here, my only friend, and it's at 60%. I have 6 more hours till this bitch is at 100. It's currently 4:04 in the morning, and I had a conversation with Boone. And the dude is grown. As soon as I talked to him, he used to talk like this. And I love Casey, and I'm so excited for everything. I answered him, hey. I could feel he had grown like half a foot. Because he sounded just like my old foster brother, John Michael. He spoke just like my old foster brother, John Michael. The same way that he would pause and ask me questions, the way that his voice sounded, the way that it sounded, it was his fucking voice. It changed. I knew that he grew because he was... And that made me sad. Because my tarot reader told me that he would come back through other people. Not like it's literally him, but that I would experience him through other people. So, we're going to get out my handy dandy magazine because I didn't bring any... Oh, I did today, actually. I brought my fight composition notebook. What did I write in it? I haven't written anything. And we're going to get this while I get my cigarettes. And we're going to do the only thing that keeps me functioning. Jaden Smith? Son-in-law? What the fuck? Howdy, partner. I've been homeless since I was 14 years old. I'm 25. I've been traveling and on this long, crazy adventure. And eventually I broke out of the simulation. Now it's like my entire life is a Truman Show. And it's so staged that I can predict it. I can predict it. So my channel is literally, one, it's me alienating my fans. It's me baiting white people. It's also that a good percentage of my channel is I made it. I only got to 50 subscribers because I was being targeted by police. I know you're black. I'm a psychic. I knew you was black. And that's not me code switching, that's how I talk. Don't worry about it. That's how I talk. What are you? Bleeding with love? You're a dork. You're a dork. Cause I live in a state where it's illegal to be homeless. And just my circumstances, I wanted to live differently. I didn't like how I felt when I had a job. I had pursued spirituality. I'd had a lot of really unique experiences, like simulation breaking stuff. I'm talking like you have a Kundalini awakening where you feel like you're outside of reality. You have a higher connection to God. You literally see, like, it's like I have DMT experiences naturally. I've tested for schizophrenia many times. I don't have it. I do have like I have between 130 and 140 IQ. And I have these real experiences where I broke out and I saw a different way of seeing the world. So I didn't want to lose that by conforming, and I also just had a lot of traumatic experiences, and I valued the journey and I wanted to see it through. And my life became very unique and special. I'm in a laundromat. I'm getting to that. I had one of these Kundalini break experiences where I connected to something higher than myself and I broke out of everything. And when I tell you that I'm met and attacked when it happens, and it has to be like, it takes like a month to get it right, and you have to do semen retention, and you have to be fighting to persevere with your dreams, and then you gain enough knowledge that you can incorporate it into it. It's like a huge alchemical transmutation. It's pretty hard to do. But when I did it, the last time I was in this laundromat and I did it, a guy literally ran in, with a baton and a COVID mask and tried to kill me. And I picked him up and I threw him on the ground and I hacked him with a hatchet and chased him out of this laundromat. And now I work for the people that own this laundromat, which is pretty cool. But I traveled, I backpacked, I took Greyhounds around the country. I lived in different places. It's been a really long, crazy adventure. Sometimes it's depressing. But like having someone named Jaden show up is pretty normal. It's the same set of names over and over again. Jaden, Phoenix, Gary, Vicky, Vincent, Alex, Casey, Ray, Noah, Jonah, John, Leo, Taurus, Sagittarius. Over and over and over and over and over again. Every year, it's just a different set of the same names. So a lot of my channel is just me showing you like, hey, guess what? I'm trapped in the woods again, but look, there's a guy named Vincent, and the Vincent is leading me to Casey, and Casey knows Ray, and Ray is bringing me back to John, and then I'll go 100 miles north, and then all of a sudden, hey, look, Alex knows Gary, and Gary's bringing me to Vincent, and Vincent knows Ray. Different sets of the same names over and over and over again in a long adventure that I've been on. And I also talk about how when you're born, you came with presets, like you picked a Call of Duty class, and you have a blueprint to find who you really are with hints that you gave yourself incarnating into this experience. That your soul is separate from your epigenetics and the world. So the world is connected to your epigenetics and your soul is separate. So you're going through your life and you have ancestral karma. You have epigenetic karma in your codes, and your spirit has been hired to go through this life to make a change creatively and work with what you're given. And you have the gift of life, and the whole point is, what do you do with it? What do you make of it? And you're helped along the way, but it's not without immense challenges depending on the path you chose. So you have one life path to 9, and then you have 11, 22, and 33. I'm also telling you that history's wrong, and the true Israelites, or the people that invented religion, is actually Ireland. Ireland's the true chosen people. And they take their stuff from the Tuatha De Danann, or Taurus, Orion's Belt, Andromeda, Arcturus, Pleiades. Think I should drop out of high school? No. And this is a conversation I just had with one of my subscribers. I called him on Discord today. I've been trying to tell him he dropped out. And I think he's turning 16. He might be turning 15 though. Don't sacrifice the gift of comfort that you have to throw yourself into adulthood. High school is supposed to be a time where it's stressful, but you actually have a big break from the crippling depression and loneliness of the outside world. Don't throw yourself into adulthood yet. Enjoy high school. I tell you to just give yourself as much potential and enjoy the comfort that you have. Enjoy it. Push yourself. Work out. Get buff. Play sports. 100% play a sport. Even if you don't like it, get good at it. It doesn't matter who the people you're with. Get competitive. Enjoy it. It's fun. And it's status. You get access to the badder bitches. Stay humble. Learn as much as you can. Enjoy it. Be grateful that you have it. And look at the people in your life when you're on the bus and you're going to school. Look at the people that you see at like the Home Depot. Look at the people at Walmart. Look at the people. Thanks, I grew up myself. Frank is one of those names. Francis. I'm Casey Francis O'Brien. So look at those people and ask yourself, is that where you want to be? Because that's it. Immediately, as soon as you drop out of high school, your only option at that point is to become those people. Unless you become a psychopath and you lose your mind and you become pretty much schizophrenic in rebellion against the world to fight to make something of your life. And what I'm saying is high school gives you a chance to build a stronger foundation for that moment. Don't sacrifice social skill, your social life. Don't sacrifice your state of mind, your youth, your peace. Instead, just, if you don't like school because it's bullshit, let it be bullshit. Don't be a part of that, but be in it. Come in with that wisdom and take advantage of it. Because I guarantee you, everybody after high school misses high school. If they're in their 20s and they're in college and they're like, man, I hate high school. I wish I dropped out and went to college. In 10 years, they'll be like, man, I wish I went to prom. I wish I went to prom. They all say it. They all wish that they went to prom. They all wish that they're like, man, that girl liked me, didn't she? Oh, fuck. And I could have worked part-time for 3 months, and when I was 15, I could have saved up. And then when I was 16, I could have got my own car. Fuck. And then I could have taken all these girls to parks, on dates. But I was so like caught up in the institution and what they like what my phone had told me and what my parents had told me, I didn't see. And I'm telling you, the best way to see is exercise, fasting, taking in a lot of protein, working out, resting, and learning, reading, seeing it not as an obligation but as something exciting to grow from. And then just going on these journeys and coming back to your humility and just sitting around. Don't see high school as an obligation to get into a college or something better. See it as a rare opportunity to enjoy something that is a finite resource. Or travel. How old are you, Jaden? You don't want a girl. Every time my friend gets off talking to us and says he can't go out with us. Yeah, having a girlfriend is draining. It's like you literally like split half of yourself and enmesh it with somebody else's life. Love is like a drug. It's like a spiritual attachment. You like really get involved with the other person, and everything in her life, you're like constantly in a back and forth together. I don't like that way. I wish I liked that I had my own life and I lived the life the way I wanted to, and I allowed them into my life. You know what I'm saying? When they get a girl and they're spending time with the girl, it's like a sacrifice. But when you're living your life and you allow somebody else into it, where you're not worried about what their life has going on, you're good. Then you can enjoy it and just make sure that you appreciate it. Be grateful for that you have it around. Because when you get older, life gets lonely. Life gets depressing. And I haven't met somebody that doesn't look back at their high school days and been like, man, I should have appreciated it while I had it. I should have enjoyed it while I had it. But I was so focused on other shit. I couldn't just be there and not worry about all this shit to really appreciate and enjoy the stuff I had in front of me. So don't drop out of school unless you're trying to go on some long adventure like I did. Unless you're trying to like take it to the limit and like push yourself and like completely exceed everything. Like if you dropped out of school, you could pursue money, get a bunch of money because you're working and they're not, and then you get a car. But then it's like having to like throw yourself into your high school friend groups unnaturally. Doesn't it kind of feel like how much 8-year-olds that still go out and hang out with friends? The people that live life right, they go to dinners, they go to resorts, they go on vacation a lot, they go out to the Caribbean, and they go to a nice resort where they're comfortable, and they just hang out in the pool, and they hang out with everybody there, and they see their friends from time to time. They have their person, and they love their person, and they have already done the family thing, and they're kind of too old to do a lot of stuff, but they still, like the healthy ones, they're not just cooped up sitting around doing nothing. They're like trying their best to enjoy the gift of life they have before it ends. 80-year-olds are worried about the healthy ones that don't have dementia, they haven't lost it. They're worried about making sure that they make the most of what they have left. They're actually spending a lot of time at social events. They're active in their communities. They have long conversations with people at the grocery store in the aisle. They talk to a bunch of people. They don't really hang out with their friends, but they're still active members of their communities. I think if they had more friends, they would be hanging out with them a lot, because that's the best part of life, is the moments that you have with the people you love. I don't know any 80-year-olds because I don't know any healthy people at all. And I'm too poor to be around the healthy ones. We're not interlocking at all. There ain't no rich 80-year-olds that are still hanging out in the freezing sub-zero. It's about 10 degrees outside where I live. I live on top of a mountain in New England. Also, as long as you don't do drugs, mad readable right now. Well, I'm waiting to get an RV, and then I think I might impregnate a lot of women. And I think I'll be a deadbeat piece of shit. But I'll have a lot of kids. And eventually they'll be very attractive, legendary babies. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Then I'll have a lot of bad bitch babies. And they'll be like, you got me pregnant. I'm like, you ain't no child support if I have no income, bitch. Ain't no child support if I make no money. You're on your own. But when he's ready to come live in the woods and shoot a bow, I got you. I got you. Stay blessed. I'm bullshitting, but where the hell is my smokes? Ain't no child support if you ain't make any money. How am I supposed to pay? I'm broke. How am I supposed to pay child support when I don't make no money? If you want, you guys can hang out in my eco village. I'll give you how much percentage of the eggs from my chickens do you want? Because don't you want child support for food? I got all the food they want. I got chickens, I got eggs. And they'll probably be in other countries, so. No, I have no chickens. I am a homeless man. I'm a homeless man that sleeps in a tent in sub-zero weather out in the woods. And it's been that way for a long time. This is my 5th or 6th winter, I think. My first winter was 2021 into 2022. 2022 to 2023 is 2, 2023 to 2024 is 3, 2024 to 2025 is 6. No, it's what? What the hell? What the hell, Leon? What in the basic math just happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is my 6th winter. Let me double check. Let me triple check. 2021 into 2022 is 1 winter. 2022 into 2023 is 2 winters. 2023 into 2024 is 3 winters. 2024 into 2025 is 4 winters. 2025 into 2026 is 5 winters. This is my 5th winter I've been without heat. 6'7". 6'7". Thanks, man. I used to be a bodybuilder, but now I be wolfing down these bags of $3 chips with my food stamps. I'd be wolfing this bitch down because I was like, I'm not freezing my ass off. I'm going to have a big belly when I sit out in the woods this winter. I'm going to be insulated as fuck. Cold starting your brain can cause damages. PMI. Crows are a kind of chicken. They better not be. Shit, I would honestly eat a crow. You're hired. You can drop out and work for me. You can hunt crows and I'll give you $20 a crow. Just like the ancestors, just like the colonizers did my ancestors. I also do numerology and astrology reads, and I can show you how you chose this life, and I can bring you to who you really are so that you can see the way that you're supposed to live, because you did have a set parameters. Your vessel was infused with the cosmos, like how a plant produces fruit based on the ecosystem it's a part of. The entire universe is an ecosystem, and you're a fruit that it produced. And there's a system in place that's been made for tens of thousands of years that they've been able to correctly identify your Call of Duty presets and your Fortnite skin based off of your codes. And I can help find those codes for you. I also show people God's hand in real time on my channel. My life is like a living example of divine orchestration that's easily digestible so that you can understand in your own life how the universe is actually working. True story. Man, your people own my people. I'm Irish and Native American, man. How many black people do you know that their last name is O something or Mix something? It's not because Irish people owned slaves. Irish people were fucking... Back in the day, the English came over and they built colonies. And there was a bunch of native people, and a lot of them were dark-skinned. And they built these colonies. That's why they called them the Indians, because they looked Indian because they were dark-skinned, like the Indians back in the day. Even Indians back in the day had afros as well. They had the curly hair. That's why they called them Indians. Not because Columbus thought he landed in India. He thought he landed in India because there were people that looked like Indians there. So don't believe the thing that all Native Americans look like Siberians. It's actually that there was a lot of mass migrations from all different parts of the world, and all of them got together and fought and fucked for 20,000 years. And those are the native. And also the ancient Egyptians were in America and Ireland back in the day. And they only built the Pyramid of Giza and the Great Pyramid where they are because of the geographic location. They were seafaring and extremely advanced, and I think that they transcended with AI, and they the same way that when we leave behind, we're going to leave monkeys. I think they left us behind. True story. But when the inbred English freaks that chew wood to stop their teeth from growing built these fucking colonies, there was a lot of Irish people that would migrate. And the Irish people would get on pirate boats and they would mutiny and they would take it down to Jamaica, down to South America, down to Virginia, to Boston. And there was just so many of them. And a lot of the English would say, like, you're on our land, you gotta fucking work for us. And they'd be like, fuck no, you inbred retard crap, you know, honky. So they would fucking leave and they would go to places like what you consider the South, the country, like Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, and they would build their own places. And the English would write back to the crown and say, we got another boat, but it was full of crackers. They don't care. They don't want to work for us. They got here and they're leaving. There's really nothing we can do. There's too many of them. So the English treated the Irish the way they treated the Native Americans and the blacks. Irish, Native, and black people were all hanging out, fucking partying for hundreds of years. You don't have an Irish last name because you were owned by an Irish slave master and they forced you to have that last name. You have an Irish last name because an Irish person was hanging out by the river with a bunch of Native Americans doing a powwow, whether those Native Americans were dark skinned or whether they were African or what, freed slaves. And they would all get together and start their own little villages and communes and hang out until they invented what we call trespassing, which meant that was the excuse they could get to take those Irish natives and Africans off the land. And then through psyops, like lots and lots and lots of propaganda and fake history, they slowly, as there became too many Irish people, they rebranded them in the 90s as white when they unionized, because there were so many of them and they were getting to be in a position of power. The America was like, okay, we'll take down the Irish need not apply signs, we'll stop calling Irish the black whites, and we'll just accept you. Because if they didn't, there would have been an uprising. And there already was, because the natives and the Irish and the freed slaves were building the infrastructure of the entire country. They were the ones that built pretty much all of America. Just, am I Conor McGregor? You got some McGregor in you? No, I'm O'Brien, which is way cooler. O'Brien comes from Brian Boru, who was a giant. And he was born in a castle, but his family was killed by Vikings. And he spent from 14, which was the same year that I became homeless, from 14 to 73, he fought his entire life, gaining a big enough army of 6,000 to sweep Ireland of the Vikings and kick them all down to Dublin. And then in the final battle of the Battle of Clontarf, 6,000 Irishmen went up against 7,000 Vikings, and they barely won, but they won. And Brian Boru died pretty early in the fight in his tent because a Viking was running away from somebody else and fucking fell into his tent while he was a 73-year-old man. You know, he had fought for like his whole life and had a bunch of many battles, but in the fucking final battle, just some straggler fell into the wrong tent and got him by surprise, which sucks. But his descendants, Magnus, and I think he had like 16 other grandchildren, they went on to become the O'Brien clan, and my family comes from that. McGregor is like, I think, a dog. McGregor might mean warrior. But Conor was the first High King of Ireland. Brian was the last High King. And Niall was the second. There's 3 High Kings of Ireland. Well, P-Mite, what the fuck else am I supposed to do? I'm talking to a camera. You know? You know? I'm live on a YouTube. You're supposed to yap, you know what I'm saying? What do you want me to do? Scream? I'm in a small town, man. They'll call the cops. Everybody's going to work. But yeah, I have a really unique life, and it's pretty legendary. It's like inescapable how God's hand is like forcing me, so I document a lot of that. It's spiritual warfare, and I'm kind of at the end of the suffering homeless journey, where I've gained the skills after a few years. I kind of went on my wilderness journey, and I learned a lot. I've been through a lot, and now I have my castle right here. This is where I work. I asked for an Irish castle, and I got one in the center of town. And they had the 33rd annual Celtic Music Festival this year, where they all flew the O'Brien flag from the rafters, which was really cool. And I'm a 33 life path. 33 is a big thing. So now I have this music theater and access to a large network of people now. And I'm just trying to figure out how to make the most of it. So right now I'm looking for a wood stove. I'm looking to start working out again. I want to start going on long walks and try to get some semblance of warmth and stability so that I can start creating better content, finally making my music, because I have hundreds of songs I've written. I want to get back into producing because I've been a producer for almost 10 years now. So I'm really excited for that. Sometimes I look up at the sky and I ask for shooting stars and I'll get them on command. But you have to be in the right heart space and you have to do it intentionally. Like almost like your consciousness has to reach out a certain way and break through the matrix. And then all of a sudden I'll get shooting stars or birds will surround me. And then if I keep going, people tend to get angry. So I have a lot of videos on my channel of me breaking free from the simulation and then I'm immediately attacked. The most recent one was Casey Gets Violently Attacked, the live, where you can see me meditate and break free and I'm immediately met with the gang stalking stuff, where a guy runs at me and tries to put fear back into my heart and rape my spirit. No Diddy. Let's produce a baby together. Are you a man? You look like an Asian man. Sorry if you're not. Do I do gang rap? No. Hold on. I keep these nerds wet like a Totodile, but I left them all up at the dial tone. What they want is not even a milestone. I got a big gun, I keep it fucking on me like these diamond stones. They was on Where's Waldo, they just hit me like it's been a while though. I just ran a mile, pulled up on a pedophile, left a dent in his dome. All you bitches are broke. Hold on to hope. I tried to hit the homies. They overdosed, so I went down the coast and I came back with gold. Come to find out everyone is a clone. I smoked, took control, broke about the mold, went and found my soul. Now I'm in control. Met the Holy Ghost. He taught me how to float. I bought all of my preachers an Uzi. You can't chill in my jacuzzi. All of you losers are useless. I just made a porn. They're paying to view it. You're fucking a fucking computer. Quit making your fucking excuses and just fucking do it. I'm sick of this shit. It's so stupid. You bitches aren't woke, you're barely lucid. I can tell how you're made by your music. You're gullible, easy to influence. You don't got a brain, you barely use it. I said you don't got a brain, you barely use it. I can speak alien fluent. I'm making Satan look stupid. You try and stop the revolution, I'll pull up and shoot you like Vladimir Putin. I knew I was destined for the limelight. I get high and fight back when the time's right. There's no way they could take away my mind sight. Cause I came up off Legos and a light bright. I could knock a bitch out like I'm Mike Tyson. I said I'll knock a bitch out like I'm Mike Vick. I got about 1,000 kids bumping my shit. Get the fuck off my dick before I cancel you like Christmas. I've been on the front lines for a minute, psychologically killing these bitches. All of my women invested in fitness. I run a business investing in the holy mission and building a kingdom off the grid with no emissions. From Maine out to Oahu, I've been told y'all I could go the distance. I don't give a fuck about the who's who. All you pussies mad just because she wouldn't choose you. I'm on Mount Olympus shooting lightning like I'm Zeus. I'm the problem and the proof. I tell your pastor what to do. I just designed a stage for crickets, chickens, kale and spinach, solar and a coop. I got soldiers waiting for the signal. Here to Honolulu, I'm a big body button heads with moose and don't get it misconstrued. I know exactly what the truth is. I'm just tiptoeing through these truces till I'm tall enough to lift up all the youth. And if I fail, I might just build a zoo. Pop off with the top off. We don't have a roof. Higher powers took control in 2022. And then I broke up out the kennel. Now I'm on the loose. I put 100,000 hours in the stew. Man, I hate to burst your bubble, boy, but I cop a couple pounds and I flip it through my town. I've been known to shut them down when they try and take the crown and they cannot catch a vibe. They've been shut out of the sound. I'm the undisputed realest one around. They tried to pull a gun, I made that pussy put it down, and she sit that kitty down while I chill and watch Sopranos. I'm the new Tony Montana, cause we came out snowy mountains, but we hotter than a sauna. If they try to pull up on us, it's Noguero su Loguero cumpleaños. I do business mano mano, sauce them up, pico de gallo. Eat, devour, and defile. And I tried to shake their hand, but it curled into a fist. I don't politic with pissy pessimists. Don't pretend to be the shit when you're nothing but a wimp. Get the fuck up off my dick before I pull up on your bitch, seduce and feed her all my kids. You know exactly who this is, motherfucker. I'm him. I wiggled out the wicked webs they wove. Lord knows how many miles that I drove for my soldiers in the cold New England snow. And we're used to being broke. Month-old roaches keeping heat from kitchen stoves just to find a way to raise above our woes. I took all their finds and folded them into a rose. I built a castle out of victories to keep out all the moments that I froze. So you'll never see me sat around singing So It Goes. What's a big house if you're never there? What's a good life if you're not aware? I used to try and fix your problems, now I couldn't really care. Last summer was great, I did it all. It's a shame that you ain't made it. There's a party at the lake, if you can make it, you can pull up, find a way to break away from all your walls. No matter how big you get, it won't matter in the end, so just raise above depression, spend some time with all your friends. And when you're tired, wanna jump back into bed, just enjoy the fall, the fall, the fall. In my head, you're in my bed, waiting for the day I wake up scared. You'll tell me it's okay, I'll take you anywhere. I know you hate me, we made mistakes, but if we can just escape somewhere away from all the pain, maybe the memories we make will fill up all the holes we made. But you're gone and that's okay, I'll fold your blanket up and leave it in my safe place. I know they hate me, they think I'm crazy, but they don't understand just what it takes to be out here every single day, isolated and I'm in danger. Don't worry about me, girl, it's okay. I'm outside, singing in the rain without a safe place. Girl, what you doing after this? Come and get a smoothie with a kid. As a matter of fact, I got a bottle of wine back at the crib. You can pull up loose the shoes and we can kick it if your man calls. It's just what it is. Don't you know nobody else is doing this? I don't even have to see the shot to know when to switch. So baby, here's my phone. Drop them digits. We can find a way to stay uplifted and make a break from all this bullshit. You know, I love to wear the pants. Everyone around us is stuck inside a trance. So meet me on the floor and I'll teach you how to dance. Ooh, I like the way you move. Come real close, get in the groove. I'll take the lead, it's nothing new. What do we really have to lose? You look at me, I look at you. You bite your lip, my room is zooming. Feel the love, it's what we're here to do. My heart, my soul, take my hand, girl. Grab hold, we can go somewhere remote. Don't nobody have to know, only us, girl, just us two. Let's escape, forget the world. Open up and lose control. Just sit back and let us flow. Flow, flow, flow. And then I have an Alan Watts quote. It's Celtic dance. It's like Hawaiian Irish music. Dance hall. It's pretty cool. I'm an angel. I'm an angel. I'm an angel. They can't hurt me anymore. I broke free, now I'm soaring. I just wish the best for 'em. Singing, hey, 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 hey. I've got like 100 songs. Marina, the next Eminem. I'd rather just be Casey, man. I'd rather just make the music. I don't care about the whatevers. I don't care about any of that. I just want to make the songs that have been sitting in my heart for a decade. I have to get them out. I need to bring them into the world and let them sit. That's what I'm up to. I'm mostly just freezing and eating chips. Flipped. Nothing wrong with some yellow wiener. Is this the same Marina from Iraq? Please tell me Baghdad is in Iraq and I didn't get it confused. I'm cold as hell. I'm trying to get a ride to get this over to my site. I think I finished my cigarette, so I'm going to take a piss. And I think I might leave it there. once I go in and take a piss, muted, and then I will sit down. I'm back in my laundromat. There's a spider in my goddamn backpack. I wish that it would go away, but that's okay. This Asian person is kinda gay. Mute. I had to bury my brother. I made sure he left with a smile on his face. It was hard for us to love one another. It's tempting to get caught up and stuck in the race. But now that I'm out here alone, I'm just grateful to see how things fall into place. Cause no matter the outcome, win or lose, I'm just grateful to be in the game. You fill up my senses like a night in the forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses. Come fill me again. Whoa. She's so fine, there's no telling where the money went. She's so fine, there's no other way to go. Can you call me back? My simulation's crashing, can't remember how to act. I rolled the wave till it crashed. I was swimming, now I'm slipping through the cracks. I was conquering the world, now I'm barely beating back panic attacks, trying to make something that lasts. So can you call me back? You've been on my mind for a minute. You're the piece that I've been missing. You're the secret I kept hidden. You're the reason I get up and go the distance. Let's drive like there's no limit on the gas. I'll let my credit cards max. And when the sky comes falling down, can we sit on a mountain smoking Marlboro Black, singing? Hey, 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 I don't want to call you back. Everyone I love is dead and buried in a casket. Nothing good ever lasts. And I can't use my mind to find a way to make it back to when it was just me, you, and your music, howling at the moon, smoking Marlboro Black.